Hi there, back to KennieSuperstar, and today we are doing the state of Pennsylvania. Now, let's first start the flag. The Pennsylvania's flag, it looks like this. Now, first of all, its dark blue background is meant to have the exact same blue as the blue in the United States flag. This was to show that Pennsylvania has a really tight bond with the US, and also the bald eagle on the Pennsylvanian flag represents its loyalty to the United States. Now, the central image is basically the state seal. It basically has like a ship under a full sail with a plow with 3 sheaves of wheat. These symbols would represent the importance of commerce, labor, perseverance, and agriculture, which has a big influence on the state's economy. Next, let's move on to the political geography. Pennsylvania is in a region called the Northeast. It is bordered by New York to the north, New Jersey to the east, Delaware to the southeast, Maryland to the south, Virginia to the West Virginia to the southwest, and Ohio to the west. It has a land area of 119,280 square kilometers. Its capital is Harrisburg, but its largest city is Philadelphia. Pennsylvania's nickname is the Keystone State. A keystone is what you see on the top of an arch to keep the arch to not fall apart. Now, it was called the Keystone State because remember, in Pennsylvania, there is Philadelphia. And Philadelphia used to be the capital of the 13 colonies when Britain still colonized the US. And then, when the US got its independence, its first capital was Philadelphia before it moved to Washington. Philadelphia had a really important presence economically and politically, so it was the capital. And it also holds the Liberty Bell, which is a symbol of freedom and independence. It was the same bell that was rung with when the Declaration of Independence was signed. Not only that, it has a population of 13 million people, not the entire Pennsylvania. Now I'm talking about the entire Pennsylvania. Basically, it has 13 million people, leads to 18 representatives in the Congress. Another thing that shows Philadelphia and Pennsylvania's really historical importance in the history of the US is in the American Civil War. Now, in the American Civil War, basically the southern states and the northern states, the southern states tried to secede from the Union, the northern states didn't want the southern states to secede from the Union, so basically they declared war on each other. Now, one of the very famous generals of the southern states was General Robert E. Lee. He's a strategic mastermind, and he knew that if the South wanted to win, it had to capture Washington, D.C. really quickly, or else it would lose the war, since it only had a population of 9 million compared to the North's around 22 million. So, a lot of times, General Robert E. Lee would try to invade to Washington, D.C., but they would have to move through the state of Pennsylvania, which is why Pennsylvania and Philadelphia saw one of the most roughest fightings in the American Civil War. Next, let's move to the state bird of Pennsylvania. The state bird of Pennsylvania is called the ruffed goose. They're really territorial, so they would protect their space. They can also defend up to 6 to 8 acres of land, which is a really huge amount, and they can actually defend it really fiercely. So yeah, if it's in territory of the ruffed goose, don't mess with it. And the next state is Idaho. It's a really weird looking state.